guys, Liz here from the Nail Hub, and today I'm going to be talking about how to fix broken corners. Now, this video applies whether you have product on already, or really, if you don't have product on your nail, then you would kind of treat this, I would say, shorten your nail down and, do a fresh extension, right? And I talked about that a couple weeks ago in my, shorten nails before extending it video, just because if I was going to start from scratch, I might as well shorten everything down and just, do one nice consistent extension. But I do still have some gel here, although it's really hard to see. I actually was in the process of removing my old color, and I had already broken my nail, and I was like, you know what? I should actually stop and show everybody how to fix a broken corner. So I'm not going to remove all the product I have on my nail, and I wanted to show you how to just work with this and even just take the length that I want to maintain and how to fix it. Because sometimes we have clients that they've spent a lot of time growing out their natural nails. Like this is my natural nail right here. You spend a couple months growing out your natural nails on an overlay, you break off a corner doing something silly, and you don't really want to start from scratch with an extension every single time. And I think it's kind of a cool thing to be able to offer people or be able to do, which is, instead of getting rid of the full length and starting from scratch, knowing how to fix it on the fly. All right, so I am going to grab a nail form here. Now you will want to do, if you've got color on your nail, go ahead and remove the color. Pretend like you're gonna backfill your nails, remove all the color, prep your cuticle area, prep the natural nail plate, make sure everything's nice and clean. I already did that off camera. So just make sure that you've done all of your nail prep steps that I've shown early on in my gel nail fundamentals videos. Make sure your nails are free of bacteria before you put anything on them. You definitely want to make sure your nails are clean, clean, clean. And depending on how you broke the corner, like for example, if I broke off, a corner here, you could try to repair it. You could absolutely do that with just artificial product. And if it's just artificial product touching artificial product and the natural nail is still sealed, and it's still completely coated with no lifting, then you can absolutely, take a little bit more leeway as far as like removing all the color or like perfectly prepping the nail, because as long as, it's not touching natural nail or we're not encapsulating bacteria underneath on the natural nail, then there's less of a worry. But since I've got my natural nail exposed here, I want to make sure that this is nice and clean. So go ahead and make sure everything is perfectly clean. Now you can do a couple things here. You can, depending on how the break occurred or where it is, you can put the nail form on like you normally would and have it completely centered here with the stripe, running down the center of the nail, and do it as if you were doing an extension from the get-go. Or you can also shift your nail form to work for you. So depending on how the break is, if we're not actually re-extending this area out here and we're not worried about the way that the C curve is going to go and we're not extending anything further, then who cares whether or not the center line is actually centered, right? Because really what we want to do is we just want to use this as a mold. So we want to make sure that we can get the perfect curve underneath there. And so you can kind of maneuver and shimmy your nail form back and forth to get as much of a flush, like right there looks pretty dang good. I'm just going to close this like that. If you've got like a square nail or something like that and you're just trying to get some product underneath there, okay, a flush kind of application of the nail form where it's connecting this side to that side and we're going to fill in this gap here may actually look like that from the top. Okay, and I've done this a lot with toes, with fingers, so don't always expect that your nail form is going to look pretty. Sometimes we need to shift things, because who cares about this side? I don't care what's going on. I can just shift my nail form to just be able to attack that one corner that I'm going to be working on. Okay. Now, if you're going to use bonder or whatever the case might be, you can go ahead and do the whole entire nail if you want to, or you have the option of just doing this corner, just at least like getting your extension on per se, and then you can go and fill in the rest of your nail. That's the way I'm going to do it, is the latter way. So I'm actually going to use, today I'm going to use the same gel I used last week, which is Cocoa's Platinum Bond Duo. This has a base and kind of builder consistency all in one, and it really creates a nice adhesion. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush here. And what I'm going to do is I want to at least blend enough onto my existing product or my existing nail. Because again, you don't want to just fill in that area, because what's going to happen is you're going to have almost like this perforated edge between the gel and the natural nail. Put some of the product up onto the original surface so that you're able to actually blend everything together. And when it cures, it's going to have a lot more to hold on to. Okay. Depending on how bad the break is or how deep, like if you've got a lot of product on your nail, like I did last week, you can absolutely fill this in with a thicker product. But if it's just a little natural nail fix, and we're also going to be building up our apex and kind of doing a new overlay for this person, or yourself, then you don't have to necessarily put a ton of product on your nail. So I'm just going to go ahead and cure this real quick. Okay, so I cured just that corner area, and I'm just going to put maybe, let me just check this really quick. I might just put like a teeny bit more product right there. Only because I don't want this to break off when I take off my nail form. So I'm just going to fill in that one corner spot just a teeny bit more. Okay. And cure that one more time. Okay, so I have my corner fixed. At least just that part is done. And depending on how thin the gel is, just be very cautious about removing your nail form. Do it gently so you don't rip off what you just created. So can you guys see that I've got now gel encapsulating that corner, and I'm going to be able to file. Once I finish my overlay, backfill, and all of that, I'm going to be able to file from my sidewall out and blend that. I'm going to basically take off this little lip right here of gel and create that. So I'm going to have gel filling in this little triangle here that is the broken part. If you're doing a square nail, obviously you would want to make sure that, you've got a wall coming out here, your sidewall, and that you're doing that square shape. But I'm just basically going to work with what I've got. I've already got this side that looks how I want it to look. And so I'm just going to make it uniform and blend everything back. Now, a little recommendation for you guys is it is very tempting, especially when things look like this and they've got little flappy edges. It's very tempting to pick up your nail file and start filing the shape right away. But we've still got a lot of work to do on this nail. So what's the point of filing and getting all that dust all over and then having to cleanse again and then having to put product back on and do your backfill and all of that? You might as well just leave this on until you get all of your backfill done and your new apex built. Because look, I'm going to have to redo the whole apex area of my nail and make this nice and pretty. So I might as well wait until I'm done with that. All right, so I'm going to take my same Platinum Bond Duo, because I can use this for base and overlay, whatever I want. I'm going to do my nice wet layer or slip layer, depending on how you like to call it. And again, do it all the way from cuticle all the way out onto that new extension that you just made. Nice slip layer here. The idea here is we want to blend everything together. So instead of doing patchwork, we really want to fill in the patch and then make everything one cohesive piece by going over the entire surface. And then while this is still wet, I'm going to take a little bit more gel. I'm using a very self-leveling gel because, natural nails, I want it to self-level pretty quickly. I'm not doing a lot of length or anything. And just make sure you walk that out all the way onto the extension part. Let it self-level for a second, check your reflection, and then go ahead and cure. All right, so this is a lot easier to see now. You can see that I've got that whole entire broken corner encapsulated in gel. I've got my overlay on, which looks a lot better. Nice and pretty again. And depending on how happy you are with your overlay, like let's say you've got it just perfect, you could literally, if you wanted to, go into your color and top coat and then file at the very end. That's totally an option. For the sake of this video, because most of you are not going to be able to, assume that, and I think it's more important to show you so that you know what can go wrong rather than best case scenario. It's always, my goal to show you worst case scenario. I'm going to cleanse this. Remember not to push uncured product up onto your skin. Use a new spot on your wipe if you're going to go back and wipe again. I always like to turn my wipes and make sure I'm using a clean spot and I'm not shoving a whole bunch of uncured gel up onto my skin, okay? So I've got that nice and cured and clean, and now I can go in and I can file my shape as if it were, an overlay or a natural nail or whatever the case might be. So I am just going to go in here and just very gently, and again, super slow and easy. Don't rush it. Don't use too much force. Gel files really easily. Let me just dust this off so you guys can see. Okay. So basically what I'm doing is just trying to connect like my real sidewall back here. And I'm just going to gently, I don't usually file this way, but on camera it's the only way you guys can see it. So just very gently blend my sidewall out. Okay. So you can see that little triangle right there that looks dusty right now. It's encapsulated inside. There, it's shiny right there. That's the part that we filled in with product. And then I can go ahead and fix the free edge area. And if you want to, you can absolutely go through and, smooth out everything if you've got some lumps and bumps. So let me just go through. I don't think I have very many. I might have a few on the side, but you can use a buffer too. If you barely have anything to do, go ahead and just use a squishy buffer, spongy buffer. Those work great. And also sometimes when, the free edge is chalky, it's a lot easier to see. So I'm just going to turn my thumb so I can look at it and make sure everything looks nice. And really, this is the part that's just up to you about, the shape that you want, the length that you want. Don't worry about, breaking the seal on your natural nails. Honestly, that's very hard to do. And if you're filing at like more of a 45 underneath your product here, you're going to end up beveling your natural nail underneath the product. And so the product is going to be the furthest out rather than your natural nail. Don't file like this, don't file. Let me move my hand. Don't file your free edge like this at the opposite 45 degree because then you are going to end up taking off the product and your natural nail is going to be exposed. When you bevel things, you really want to do almost like a 45 underneath, and that's going to take away any free edge that might have been right at the edge of the product, and it's going to hide it underneath the gel. So that's why when people say, oh my gosh, don't break the seal on your gel polish. I mean, yes, they have a point, and it depends on the type of gel that you're using, but for overlays, if you're beveling the edge, it's going to take care of almost all of that risk for you. Okay? So there I have my fixed, repaired corner. This little white dot is just a bubble that got dust in it. Don't even worry about stuff like that. Honestly, if you're going to put color on, who cares? And you can buff this if you don't want it to be shiny. I know I've told you guys gel on top of gel, gel does not like shiny, smooth surfaces, but honestly, when we're talking about freshly cured product and you're moving from one layer to the next, especially with cocoas product, putting cocoas color on here on a shiny, just recently cured base coat is not going to be a problem. But if it bothers you and you want to just get rid of it, go ahead, take a buffer. My husband, he really doesn't like things not being uniform. So he would, if he was watching this video, would probably say, oh my gosh, it's not all the same. You got to make it all the same. So I will make it all the same for any of you out there that get bugged by stuff like that. I do too sometimes, but for these videos, I don't like to take so much time. Okay, so now I've got it all, what I like to call chalked out. You can dust it off with a dust brush. You can also use a scrubby manicure brush if you want to get all the dust out of the sides. And you can also cleanse it if you want to. Like if the little white, in there bothers you. But honestly, that's all going to go away by the time we put our color on and do our cuticle oil and all that stuff. Okay? So you can see right there's just that little shadow of where, right here, where that corner is, that we completely encapsulated in product. And that's essentially what you would do if you needed to fix a corner. And same thing, if it was square, you could paint the product out, put your form on so that it's going to make a nice square nail, put your product on. And honestly, you can practice this. Just like I showed you guys in my last video where I took a nail that already had product on it. And let me, I'm just going to put a little bit of cuticle on here so you guys can see this a little bit better. You'll be able to see the color difference a little bit better if it's not chalky. I'm not going to do anything with this right away anyway. Okay. So last week I showed you guys, re-extending when you've already got product on. So here was the original pink product, and then here was the new extension that we created with clear. Same thing for this kind of idea. It's the exact same concept, except I'm just concentrating the product in one teeny tiny area. I'm not redoing a whole entire extension, but you can absolutely practice that. Practice just shortening your nails down to whatever length that you want. Even this I could re-extend if I wanted to. Just practice putting a form on when you've already got product on and re-extending your nails. And you can add gel to gel. You can add acrylic to acrylic. It doesn't matter whether you're using gel or acrylic, the same concept applies. And this is a really good thing to practice so that you understand how to mimic, even from here, right? Let me see if I can get that focus. Even from here, mimicking the curvature all the way underneath so that everything looks like that's how it originally was. This is a really good thing to practice. Form placement, how to fill everything in, and then gently filing the shape again to put everything back together. Just like this, this is a really great thing to practice. The only part that gets irritated over time if you're filing around your cuticle area is your cuticle skin. Like you guys can see that my skin does get irritated. I just have really sensitive skin. Like literally a little bit overdoing it with one spot with the nail file and my skin turns bright red. But already having product on your nail and leaving product on your nail allows you to practice extensions over and over again, because all you're doing is shortening to here, re-extending, shortening to here, re-extending. You can practice extensions a lot by leaving product on your nail. And same thing here. I've got my overlay product on. I could practice extending this, but you can see how my natural nail likes to curve down a little bit. And if you remember from a couple weeks ago, I was talking about shortening. I probably would shorten off this natural length and probably go to right about there and then do my form and extend it, just so I don't have to encapsulate so much or deal with this kind of downward curvature of my natural nail. But it's up to you. And I think both of these two things are great skill sets to have. So I hope these videos over the last, today and last week helped you a lot to understand that you don't have to remove product every single time. Not even just talking about backfilling with overlays, but even changing shape or fixing corners or re-extending or making nails longer than what we have. You're able to do that without starting from scratch. And I think that's a really good, thing to know. So I hope this has all been awesome. Leave me comments, questions below. I love hearing from you, and I will be in touch again next week. Next week, I'm going to be talking about full coverage tips, because you guys have been asking me about what my thoughts are on extending with full coverage tips. So I've got my nice natural nail bed here waiting for a full coverage tip application, and I will be doing that next time. All right, bye guys.